one, wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yeah. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
I don't have the energy for you today.
Never thought of energy as something you lacked.
That's my favorite one to show. Hey guys, welcome back and joining us for another episode of Ordinary Games. We are at episode 8 now. How you feeling, honey?
I got my sippy cup now so I don't spill on his fancy computer.
Why don't you go ahead and show off the cup you got, the sippy cup you got. Other angle. There you go. Guys, there's a place called Fat Tuesdays, and apparently they have margarita slushies to go. So I was told to procure one before the start of today's stream. Now Shiro is a happy camper.
Yay.
Until they found out there was a double-sized tumbler, apparently, that I should have got you before.
Yeah, I don't understand. You saw a bigger glass.
You brought me in there with one cup, and I got to come out with two. Like, I got a problem?
Yeah.
No.
There's two.
Absolutely not. No.
There's double fist.
No way. I'm not buying you a 30-ounce tumbler, ma'am. It's a Sunday. You have things to do. Good Lord. Good luck. As she sips. And another thing we need to talk about before we actually address everyone.
Oh, okay.
This shit right here has to stop. Women in general.
This.
When y'all do this, okay? No. It's a very Every guy knows what this means. It's snatching your will to go any further.
What do you mean? At least I don't have nails. Like, if I had nails, it'd be all on every time.
I know it would make a sound. Whoosh. You would see my will physically leaving my body and sending it to yours. Ladies, this right here, please save that for when it's a really big argument, because I was like, hey, honey, should I wear my tank top? No. Guess I'm wearing Mortal Kombat then today.
Why'd you ask me? You didn't want my opinion.
I didn't need your soul sucker opinion, because that's what that was. You Shang Tsung, man? Was this Mortal Kombat? No one even said finish me yet, okay?
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Yep. You wait.
Thank you. Exactly. Y'all, which is, and then when it's two hands, it's even worse. It's like taking everything away from me. Okay. All right. We'll address the chat. We got Nosferatu. Hey, E.G.O and Chores. Thank you, sir, for joining us and modding as well. Miss Canoli Sasquatch. Good Sunday afternoon, my fine people. Indeed. And again, I'll throw back up Exhibitor. Thank you, sir, for joining us. So I guess we'll do your initial thoughts, because everyone's gonna wind up asking me about this tomorrow. Not gonna lie, we went to go see John Wick 4 yesterday. I liked it. I really liked it. Did I have some problems with it? Of course it did, because nothing is perfect. However, I really enjoyed it. What were your thoughts, without giving spoilers, honey?
How could you spoil it? It's the same thing every freaking movie.
Whoa! First of all, you watch yourself, man. You're on thin ice, okay?
But it's the truth. You're gonna see some fight scenes. You're gonna see some ridiculousness, and I thought it was the most outlandish JW4.
Really?
Of the.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
Thing. It was so ridiculous and an hour too long. That's my opinion.
And so you could have done it in an hour and 45 minutes, not 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what? I guess, okay. So because the whole scene of him getting to the steps, that's the hour you're saying this is going too long. Is that what you're saying? Because the steps
is too fucking long.
The steps were awesome. Don't do that, Miss Canoli. Don't do that.
Thank you, Miss Canoli.
Did it exceed the action? Yes, because they actually got a bunch of martial artists that actually did a great job with doing what they were given. I mean, everyone gonna know Donnie Yen, but I mean, Scott Adkins in a fat suit was amazing. I forget the Monsignor that wore the Marquis insignia. Like, he's an actual martial artist. He's Argentinian. You know what I'm talking about?
With a ponytail. I thought you were going to talk about the big, tall guy that wouldn't die.
Oh yeah, him too. They were both in the movie together, actually.
Okay. Oh really?
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, it definitely outdid on action.
Martial artists assemble.
Yeah, I will say So the first John Wick actually is my favorite, because everything was so small and intimate, and it was very simple. You took something from me that my dead wife gave me. Give me your son in exchange. I can't do that. It's my son. Well, you're either going to give him to me or I'm going to take him away from you. Okay, now I have to go after you so you don't take away my son. That was very simple. It's just, it got bigger and bigger and bigger. I thought third was the most outlandish to me. And fourth was trying to round it out, but also gave what happened here? It's trying to round it out, but also had a problem with, hold on, what are you doing, please? You okay?
I want you to put the screen, blank while you talk for a second.
Okay, all right, that's fine. So basically, they had time to actually make this one pretty great. It was just that certain things they put on there didn't necessarily make sense without giving away too much. I don't know how much of this I'm going to wind up talking about with Canoli Sasquatch when I'm on his Mischief Madness Mayhem stream tomorrow night. But if we do spoilers, I'll talk more about it now. Okay, sorry.
I have all the power now. All of it. We're going down.
We saw this. If you guys have seen Wu Assassin,
it happened in John Wick 2.
Shit. Yeah. Basically, this is the I'm powerful for no reason hairstyle. Every woman that has the ponytail up with the double bang is supposed to say, hey, I have superpowers. Jesus. Why'd I do that? Now she's going to do the extra bangs. Okay. Yeah. They all look like this. Every woman in a fighting movie that's about to do some shit, they all look like this. So if you ever see a woman with this hairstyle, be prepared for battle, because apparently she's going to fight you for no damn reason, okay?
I'm ready to fight today. Let's do this.
That's okay. That's what we're here. We're gonna fight today. We're actually that's what we are here for, actually. So now that I basically got your initial thoughts on John Wick 4 out of the way, the actual thing that I actually wanted to talk about was the fact that you tried to use your month against me, okay, with your friends. Yeah, it's Women's History Month, okay.
You used your month against me. Are you serious?
I didn't win any of those arguments.
Are you serious?
I didn't get anything. No. So this is what happened, y'all. So her friends came in from Houston, right? And they were going to go to a speakeasy. And so we actually said that, hey, she's like, hey, my best friend, no, it wasn't even this at the point. It was like, hey, 3 of my friends are coming in from Houston, and I want you to hang out with us tonight to go a speakeasy. Now, number one, I'm like, sure, I would love. Nothing would please me more to go into a place with lots of background noise.
A speakeasy is quiet and intimate.
They would like you to think that.
Have you ever been to one?
Have you ever been around women drinking?
We had one drink. One.
Mm-hmm.
Uno. And half of our group didn't drink. Only 2 of us were drinking.
Anyway, I was like, you know what? I was sure what guy doesn't want to get involved in a place with plenty of background noise with 4 conversations going on at one time? Because the more they drink, the louder they get. You know what? I really would love to do this.
The louder we are, the better you can hear us, right?
No, because no one stops to let anyone else talk. You have
true.
4 conversations. And I'm just like, then he asks, what do you think? I think all y'all need to just talk one at a time. Okay. You should raise your hand.
That is difficult. It's difficult even for me.
Exactly. That's why I was like, when you said speakeasy, like, why would I want to put myself into that?
To be fair, that speakeasy was pretty cool. It was quiet. So every group had their own area. And there was a one-way mirror, so you could watch the restaurant people, and they couldn't see you. Was really cool.
We'll see. Now we're getting to the point, guys, because what happened was I said, hey, and now that I've been thinking about it, I'm really excited to spend some time with your friends, to catch up with them. I haven't seen them in a few months. I would like to hear more about their lives. Before I could say more about their lives, she said, ooh, my best friend's coming. So, and we only reserved it for 6. So, you're not going to be able to come with us, honey. I mean, she told me the day of, too.
I did not. You are so full of
maybe
shit.
a day before.
No, well, so what happened was I invited my best friend to come out, but I had, she's quite busy with work, and so sometimes it takes her a while to respond. And so I figured she wouldn't want to go out Friday night. She would want to come to brunch Saturday, and then she changed it up, and so you got booted. It became a girls' night. I got
booted so fast for a girls' night. I said, wow, just going to use your month against me? Wow. How dare you? Then I couldn't believe. I was like,
look, I'm going to say that you won some things on YouTube because it was your month. Like, that show that y'all did where y'all, talk about memes and make decide who you fuck, marry, kill.
Oh yeah, I did win them. I did win that one. Okay, I did wear premature.
And it was weak. Okay. I was trying to give him things to say.
Why would you?
Honey, it was your first time. I was trying to help you.
It was first time for everyone. The first episode.
Well.
Wow. Okay, I'm drinking a little bit more now.
He's drinking out of my cup too.
She bought this. Not like she bought this before we started dating or got engaged or married.
Oh, I bought it for our first Truly Woman's Perspective podcast.
But you only bought one.
Yeah, because it was for women, and I was on the show, not you.
But the thing is, I got one of these. I put one of these on. So you can say we are each other's Valentine. You said my dog, and it's like, well.
But we talked about it. You don't like Valentine's Day, so it doesn't matter. Why can't my dog just be my Valentine?
Why can't I have a cup that says my dog is my Valentine? I'd like to feel special too.
Because I bought the cup.
See, right there.
I mean,
right there.
I thought to get it for myself, not like I bought it. No.
I'll remember that next time I go on Fat Tuesdays. Never mind.
You better come out with my cup.
Okay. See, she was about to do it, but she realized she used it already.
Is there a limit to how many you can do?
Yes. You only have one every 2 weeks. because you do is just okay.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
It can't be.
Yes, it is.
You
There's
have to look at that and be like, she crazy right now.
No, that's one. I was like, no, it's too late. You've already pulled the will from that one too. You just got to walk away, huh?
I don't think so.
We'll watch some reality shows. We'll see. We're gonna count.
I'm gonna put nails on something.
Don't do that. All you're gonna do is hear that you scratch the air.
I'm feeling sassy today, but I gotta fix this.
I appreciate being special, Kanoi. Thank you, good sir. We got other thing I was gonna say is we've got the other thing I was gonna say is
I'm listening.
I was gonna say women's insults in general.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need to calm down on those, okay? Your insults are way too personal, and it feels like they're a directed personal attack. All right, I'm gonna get to it. We love watching Love After Lockup. Great show, funny show, right? People that have been in jail for numerous reasons get out of jail, and it's about how they actually go on to have relationships with people that aren't felons. So basically, they'll be like, well, hey, I took a deal to be on house arrest for 2 years, but I didn't consult you. And they're like, but I'm a felon. And if you're property of the state doing house arrest, you're a felon too. Did you ever think to see how this is going to work out? Because I can't be noted to I can't be with known felons.
She has to get permission to live there.
Yeah.
She got permission to live there while he has pending charges.
Right.
But then he went and decided to put himself on house arrest and didn't tell her.
Right.
And she is supposed to go to her probation officer before he does that to be like, hey, this is happening.
Right.
But he didn't take her into consideration. He just said, oh, I'm going to be a man and I'm going to show her I'm handling this.
I mean,
but we are partners
right.
And you're affecting my life.
I will say this. Watching that show, you find out people get caught because they're not that smart. Because he did this whole thing and they were going to have sex. He's trying to pull off his pants. She's like, no, that's far enough. And she's like, why won't you let me take your pants off?
Why are you being weird?
She pulls his pants off and there's this big ass ankle monitor. She's like, what the fuck is that?
And she is also a convicted felon, so she knows what the fuck that is.
Right.
Because she was actually under house arrest for a while.
Right. So the thing is, you find out that there's a reason these people went to prison, and Smarts wasn't, Smarts wasn't.
Well, she's very smart.
She's very smart.
He's simple.
He's simple, yes.
But I love him. I love him.
I know.
He's so sweet.
She's pretty hot too.
She's really hot. Mm-hmm.
She's someone you really expect to be an actor someplace. You're like, I get it. But anyway, the problem was the fact that there was another guy that got out of jail, right? And he likes to drink quite a bit, and he doesn't really like to tell his wife where he is, even though it's just like stuff like, I went to the studio to try to record some music. So they say things like,
he's a rapper.
Okay, and that's part of how that was how it started right there. Because dude is I swear to God, he's 5'3", and like he's walking around like, we ate $1,000 steaks. I got money. I'm not gonna tell her where I get it, but I get it. And so he gets into an argument with his woman when he comes back, and I shit you not, Shira has probably been holding in the animosity she has for this guy that's 5'3".
He is a fucking clown. He is a clown and a half.
That wasn't what she said. She's like, I can't believe he has the nerve to talk to her like that, looking like a Whopper Jr.
He is 5'2".
You call him it?
He is a Whopper Jr. He think he's the Whopper. He think he's a Burger King, but no, he a Whopper Jr. He's so little and stupid. I can't.
I said, why would you dig so deep and call that man? You called him like less than off the dollar menu. You called him like an off.
Well, now it's more than the dollar menu. It's like a $2 menu, but still. He on it. He's the discount version of a real rapper.
Stop. That's too deep for someone you don't know.
What do you mean?
Oh my goodness. See, exactly. Just going so deep. Good Lord. So I was like, you know what, women, can you read your index card of insults? Just like this calls for a 5 on the insult meter. You went to 12. Call them in a Whopper
That's
Junior.
not how this works, right? Like when y'all did your mama jokes, you're trying to get the highest meter.
No, you start out low.
No.
You start like, hey, your mama's so fast, she paid.
I don't want you to have a comeback. So why would I start low? Aim high.
To build up the confidence so then you can bring them down low. Y'all just, again, use like Whopper Junior.
Yeah. Sucked his soul right out of his body.
From the TV,
yes.
man? Wow. Okay. See, this is right here. This is.
I am on MS Cannoli today. He's going to come at me with some bullshit today. I already know it. So I got to be ready. My pony is ready.
Good Lord. Immediate insult. I was like, geez. I looked at her. I was like, you call this man like a Whopper Junior, though? I was just like, yo, dude is short. He probably just walks like this to gain an inch or two. You were like, yo, this man's a discount Whopper. Like, you ain't even a Whopper with cheese or bacon.
No.
You call him a Junior Whopper.
Junior Whopper. Junior Whopper.
Don't.
And I mean, to be honest, though, I'm going to give this man a fair shot, though. His rap wasn't terrible. He flowed very nicely. I hope he makes it. But he is a clown and a half, and that woman seems very put together, and I just don't understand why women put up with shit like that. Especially what seems to be black women. I mean, white women do it too. All women do it. We have a weakness for retards.
You got this now. So basically, the dude that played Kang, dude that was in Creed 3, yeah, he basically tried to strangle his girlfriend and tested.
Kang?
The guy that played Kang, yeah.
Wait, Kang?
The black dude. Dude that said he has a hamburger meat face. That guy.
Oh, I'm thinking of somebody totally different. Who is he?
The dude that actually had a hamburger face. I told you, Jonathan Majors.
Oh, that has the body but butter face. Okay.
So, yes. Basically, he was in a cab with his girlfriend.
I hope that's not true.
I mean, there's allegedly he was texting another woman, and then she was.
So she put hands on him for sure.
Right. So they were like, face and neck look red. Turn around, hands behind your back, good sir. So, I would say this is the same thing as when Anthony Mackie got a DUI when he was Falcon. Like, he got a DUI. It was news for like 48 hours, and then it fell into the radar. So I'm pretty much sure that Jonathan Majors is single now after this.
Wow.
So, but anyway, again, she probably said Whopper Junior, and then.
Oh, she did. He texted somebody. She gonna cut low. Ooh, she's gonna cut low. And it's going to be a thing.
Okay. I'm just saying. All right. So
I will say this.
What you got?
Women put hands on men like they're not human beings and think that, oh, they shouldn't touch them. But if you're going to put your hands on somebody, you better be ready for the reaction that's coming to you. Not that it's warranted. No one should be putting hands on anybody. However, if someone puts hands on you, and your emotions get the best of you, like shaking someone probably is out the window.
As a defense?
What do you mean?
Like, did I shake you in defense because you were trying to come at me, or what are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, so have you ever heard that, like, I won't hit a bitch, but I'll shake the hell out of her?
Yes.
Okay. Some people, like, that's their mentality, which is okay if someone's attacking you. However, most people have trouble controlling their rage. If someone puts hands on you, they instantaneously strike back, whether it's a slap or whatever it is, a shove. I just mean, I think if you're a woman who's going to put yourself in that situation, you had better be prepared for what is coming at you.
I'm just saying, these hands are rated E for these hands are non-binary.
What do you call them, honey?
Action Jackson. Okay. Told her that one time, every time. I'm like, hey, someone need Action Jackson. I don't say it to her because she's got her own thing. She got Holly Holmes, so I want no parts of that. But
I mean, I was young once and I used to throw things. Sure enough, someone threw it back at me and I was like, oh, that was a poor decision.
What did they throw at you?
A remote. I threw the remote, they threw it back.
Did he catch the remote and throw it back?
Yeah, asshole.
You tested a ninja. Okay.
I did. Well, he played baseball, so of course he caught.
You tested a baseball player?
That was
ma'am.
In high school.
You tested a high school baseball.
I was
Christ.
young. I had a temper like nobody's business.
And you threw a remote control.
I threw it at him.
You threw an object at a person that specializes in hand-eye coordination.
Yes, honey.
And you wound up with.
Hey, but I have eye-hand coordination. I ducked like a motherfucker. It was cool.
So apparently they played dodgeball with a remote, and it's no big thing, guys. This is why I wake up slightly terrified every morning that today's the day someone from her past recognizes her and just La Diabla. I haven't heard that name in 17 and a half years. Like, Jesus Christ. What are we about to pull me into? I think any movie about our life is something you pull me into that I had no idea. Something that you hid from me that I got to find out now as we go on an adventure of some sorts.
Yeah, but the question is, would you ride with me?
I would have to ride with you because I'd be compromised. They would think, no. She never work alone. You two couple. You together. Both in this together. And then I gotta be like, shit, now I have to learn everything because apparently I can't go nowhere without you now. Okay? I am
not that, like, I'm a nobody.
That's what somebody would say.
Nah, I'm a nobody.
Wasn't a nobody in the movie John Wick 4?
He was.
And what did he do? Everybody. Exactly.
He wrecked a lot of people's life.
Exactly. See, and that's right there.
So
that's
I am a nobody that has people who like her. And those people are somebody. Me. And
Shiro makes friends with people with face tattoos on purpose. And I'm like, I didn't, why did we have to do? Okay. She's like, but they're nice. I'm like, okay.
No, they are.
They are. It's just,
You have to know who to ride with and who not to.
I don't, though. That's the problem, is you made the decision for us who we're going to ride with.
Because I read people way better than you do.
What? Ma'am, okay, you know what? You read people better than I do. But you don't know who some people are, though.
I don't need to know who they are.
You don't know. Guys, this is the other thing. We went to a restaurant, right? Really nice. Guy looked like Bob Ross. I was like, look at the Bob Ross thing. She's like, she didn't know who Bob Ross was. Then apparently I was like, who do you think Bob Ross is? Oh, so that one person that was in that school bus? I said, who the fuck? What bus is that? Oh, they were on a bus, and then they they would read on a rainbow on a bus, and it was animated. I said, so you think reading rainbow?
I got all confused. I didn't watch any of that stuff as a kid.
You had to have been like 6 or 7.
I watched Married with Children and The Simpsons.
And that right there was the other problem we had, is that some people crawl, walk, and then run. There are people that sprint, and then when you ask them to crawl, they're like, what is that? And that's what we have here, because I had to explain to her who Bob Ross was.
I knew that he painted, but I didn't understand the allure of Bob Ross and why people enjoy him.
Peaceful painting.
It's fucking flowers on a canvas.
Oh, wow. I'm in charge of education of our child. Okay, all right there.
Yeah, we've established that. Okay.
It's just we need to.
I'm in charge of the street smarts of the kid.
Okay. Yeah. Pretty little trees. Exactly.
What?
We didn't make a mistake. Oh, that's a dash. Let's just make it into a lovely dove, lovely bird.
That sounds like a participation trophy.
No, it does not. It's saying that if you're an artist, you can turn anything into something good. Okay. And if that's not an allegory for life, I don't know what is. And that right there. See?
I can live with that. It wasn't my thing.
Bro, she was like, why is
I know who LeVar Burton is. Lamar
really?
Or LeVar?
Oh,
I thought it was Lamar this whole time. I know who he is, right?
What does he do?
Reading Rainbow.
On a what? Does he read it on a bus or it's on a rainbow?
I thought that this week, but
she
now
thought
I know
LeVar Burton was Miss Frizzle, y'all. She literally thought LeVar.
Oh, now that you said that name.
No, Ma'am.
Why are you popping your hip like that?
Unbelievable, yes. Well, it's time to take a nap. That's a nap. You're supposed to take a nap to Bob Ross. It's peaceful. You take a nap midday. Now I will not see the Owen Wilson movie that's coming out because it's not about Bob Ross. It's about how someone challenges him and how he strikes back at them. So
what do you mean challenges him? Is he challenging Bob Ross?
Well, basically, someone that's new on the art scene is supposed to be like trying to take up his talent, and it's how vindictive he gets about it. But it's not based
Who's
on Bob
he?
Ross.
You keep using these like he, they, she, them pronouns, and I need to know a proper
Owen
noun.
Wilson playing Bob Ross.
Okay,
It's
so
supposed to be-
Owen Wilson is playing Bob Ross.
But they're saying it's not based on Bob Ross's life, but he looks exactly like
so
Bob
they're
Ross.
making a fictional movie about Bob
Right,
Ross.
but
Why are you so against that?
because it's saying how terrible of a person he is.
That Bob Ross is?
Yes.
Most people who present as very nice on TV are terrible people.
Then say it's Bob Ross. That's my problem. Either say he was really great or really bad. Don't do a fictionalized account because you're being a bitch. To me, I'm like, it looks like him, but it's not him. He was like really nice, but the minute someone came in his way, he got, really pissy about it. No, don't. To me, it's like, hey, don't be a bitch. Man up and say, hey, look, this is our account from people that have worked with him, what he was like. If you want to sue us, go right ahead. But we've got documentation saying that these are the people, the way he was treated them was this way. Otherwise, wait, what?
Yeah, he's on your side.
Yeah, it was great. I mean,
I get it. I just feel like sometimes you, in particular, don't leave room for people to just make a story. There's always some agenda or something behind it, and I sit in the middle and I'm like, okay, that's what they wanted to make this story about. So,
but I just say for me, it's
let
like,
it be.
Well, if you're gonna put a story, it's like, well, go all the way with it. Don't have.
What do you mean go all the way with it?
Well, the guy looks exactly like Bob Ross, but you're saying
so did our manager at the restaurant. You think he's calling himself Bob Ross?
I do. Actually,
he's not.
I think
he actually had like a faux hawk. It was like a faux hawk Bob Ross. He did. Yes, he did. It was tailored to like a mohawk. Did you not notice that?
No, honey. I saw him first. I knew he
I think
had
you
an
needed
afro.
2 eyes.
No, because he had. Give me a damn drink. You've had too much. You've had to. Nope. Give it. You had too much. Had to. It's good.
What? Don't judge me.
We're at 30. Okay, you know what? Someone's gonna need a refill. Glug glug glug. Anyway, all I'm saying is the fact that for me, it's like
in prison. Hey, was Bob Ross in prison?
I don't think so.
Is that a thing?
No, I don't know. Maybe.
Be more
if he was,
I bet he'd be on Love After Locked Up.
See, tell me something that actually happened to him, like the movie we saw yesterday that I showed you, American Animals.
Oh, that was. I mean, I only got to see the last 10 minutes, but that seemed pretty cool.
You really didn't miss all that much because it was really slow.
Well, I don't like that.
I know. So. If you basically want to see a movie about people that were actually involved in something while still trying to be an actual true story, watch American Animals. It's what's it called? That weird kid that won the weird guy that won an Emmy for playing Jeffrey Dahmer, who was in American
Horror Story. He's a really good actor.
Really good.
I feel like he's like one of those quiet, underrated actors because he literally does a really great job being everybody. Role.
Yeah. So basically, if you watch American Animals, I saw it on Prime Video. Basically, they included the people that were actually involved in the heist in the movie, explaining their account while still showing you a stylized drama version of what actually happened.
Yeah.
So I would say that's someone saying, hey, this is what happened. We're going to give 3 versions of it, everyone's perspective, while still saying these are the actual events that we saw happen, including news clips and interviewing people that were involved, either the parents or the teachers. So I like that version. If more movies were like that were trying to say, hey, look, this is based on a true story, do that. Don't make everyone look exactly like and then say, don't do that. No. This is what right here. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna actually get to some couples content because this is what happened when she got one of these down. Like I was gonna buy you a big ass bottle of this.
I know, why didn't you?
Because you got an attitude after this one.
No,
right?
I don't. But I'm just saying this one, the other one is $2 cheaper to refill.
No,
and it's 2 of these.
It's $6 more.
No.
It's $18 to refill.
Right, but this is $10 to refill, and so if I got 2 of these, that'd be $20. But if I just got one of those, it's $18. So $2 cheaper.
Don't bury an accountant, y'all. Don't do it. You will never win any math argument ever.
Not even if you write it out and it's wrong.
Don't do that. My math is supreme. You know this. Anyway, guys, one of the things we actually got into this is actually something we talked about together because I watched a lot of content, and one thing was about just Pearly things, right? And she's basically kind of got. I know you have your thoughts on it, but
I do. I mean, some of her things I agree with, but other things I'm just like, can you be serious right now?
Exactly, and that's why we're gonna wind up watching this together, okay, guys? So basically, she had Destiny.
AJ.
She had Destiny on his on her channel, and they were talking basically about. You'll see Miss Dude with blue hair.
So
I'm
I
giving
know who that is.
Yeah,
okay.
The context was the fact that they were saying that women with collegiate degrees are usually the ones that wind up filing for divorce 90% of the time, and that's what Pearl said. And then Destiny and a few other of the guests were saying that's not true. So I'm just gonna play the clip that we saw, and what our thoughts were.
Oh, they said it wasn't true?
No, it wasn't. So hold on, I'll go back.
Okay.
I will go back and let you listen to the full clip. So make sure you guys can hear. If you guys don't hear anything, let me know. But I'm gonna try to play this with the audio. It should be working now. So let me go and listen to it for you guys here. And here we go.
I mean, I think it kind of goes back to like women out earning men have a hard time respecting the men they're with.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
I actually read into that data.
It's not true.
I read into that data and it explained why. So a lot of time the women reported that they had way too much responsibility in the marriage. So they were expected to be in charge of the household duties and still work a job. And they had to...
Oh, come on. What percent of modern women actually cook?
It was.
Like,
Wait. That is.
20% of the men, when both parents are working, only 20% actually reported to doing household duties. That's scary when you're both working.
I mean, I'm just saying the shit's automated nowadays. I mean, you have a washing machine, a dishwasher.
Yeah, but
Sure, you can take, but even at that, but as much as it's automated, men still don't do it.
Don't do
They
it.
still don't do it. That's the issue. Is that one of the big problems with households
for divorce?
It absolutely is a reason. When you get older and you manage a household on your own, Pearl, you'll see how fucking annoying it is when you're working and then you come home and everything is fucked up and horrible and nobody's fucking cleaning anything. Yeah,
Nobody's participating.
Okay, so that I will clip that there just so that we don't wind up getting a any kind of a copyright on that one.
Yeah.
But so, honey, I usually wind up letting my wife know what's usually going down in the YouTube streets in terms of information. So I showed her this, and I asked what her thoughts were about it. So now that you got the full context, I think she was saying that the reason they get divorced was because they don't respect them, and they were saying that's not necessarily true. They're saying, well, hey, there are reasons, and so it can be something as simple as chores. So what were you saying? Go ahead.
So I would tend to believe that a lot of collegiate women do get divorced. However, I don't agree with Pearly things. Is that how you say it? That it's just chores. It is now. I believe in like roles that we play in a marriage. And
Division of labor.
But I also believe it's a partnership, right? So if you're out of the house all day working and I'm at home, then some things on my part should be done, right? Like, and then also too, if I'm out of the home or if I'm working 40 plus hours and you're available to do some things in your spare time, then it's a joint effort. And that's why I always say marriage is a partnership. It's not you have to do this, I have to do that. However, if you know what your spouse's love language is, or what they appreciate, like you appreciate that I cook for us. I appreciate that you step in and do the dishes and most of the cleaning. You know what I mean? Like, it's not chores. I think that the blue haired guy?
Destiny.
Has a point that it is, you work all day and you expect your partner to be a partner and to help out in whatever capacity that they can. It's not about money. I have been in relationship a lot of times. I have been in relationships where I make more than someone and they feel slighted by that. but they don't do the other things where I can continue the relationship and respect them. They feel slighted by it, and they think I should still hold the womanly role. And guess what? That's not what I'm looking for. And so I think at the end of the day, it's respect each other, work together, and you know, where you can, do what you can, kind of thing. I mean, you hold down this household during volleyball season all the time, especially last year.
Oh,
Right?
God, yeah,
Last year
it
was
a lot.
bad. I had 2 teams. I was out of the house every weekend from like December to April. So, you know, it's never a 50-50, but it is always alternating in a sense that like let's
damn Zachs.
Let's work this out together and support each other in the way that we can. I mean, what would you say about it?
So in terms of relationship in general, this is the way I feel about it, right? Everyone likes to say partnership. I like to say employment, right?
Mm-hmm.
When Shiro and I first met, she owned the store, the restaurant. Like think of it like fast food, right? Like you run the McDonald's, right?
Oh.
You run McDonald's. You're hiring.
Analogy. I'm sorry. I was like, what's
analogy, right? Here's the analogy, right? So basically, and yeah, it's club volleyball. Like Jesus
Christ. It really
Christ.
is. Even this year has been kind of feels like every weekend, right?
It is. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I didn't know it was that much.
I have very involved parents this year, though, which isn't bad, but they want to do something all the time.
I actually had to show up physically to make sure that I was real because they were asking.
They were. They thought I was making you up.
I'm too good to be true, honey, so I can't show up every time.
Well, that's why you have to show up because they think I'm like, they saw you bring me my shoes an hour and away. So
I know. See, it's like, you know, I'm like Tommy from Martin. When got no job, Tommy. That's me. I like to be that way. When they find out, you know, I actually have a job, but I'm actually real. And then it's like, well, I have things I have to do though. But anyway. So I view our relationship like employment. Like you ran the store and you're hiring. What's the position? Boyfriend. My resume, or as I call it, my resume. So say, hey, look, here's my qualifications. Okay, he's educated. All right. No STDs, no children. Never been married before, not divorced, makes a decent amount of money, then we negotiate. Mm-hmm. Hey, if you're not willing to hire anyone else in this position and take me on exclusively, I will be a hard worker, right? Okay. I will show up to our dates on time, which is my shift, right? Okay. I will communicate if I cannot make my shift because I'm sick, so I have to cancel a day. I'm sick. Mm-hmm. You know, and in return, what's the currency? Vagina. Okay, I would very much like the vagina. It's at a reasonable price here that I'm willing to pay for my shift in return of a currency of vagina. I appreciate that, right? So that's when you're dating. Mm-hmm. When you get married, it's like, well, hey, I'm a manager of the store now. So I just make sure shit don't burn down on my shift or on my watch. So when you go out for volleyball, all right, did anyone die? No. Okay.
Joker, thank you. Thank you. I did not give anybody participation trophies.
Whatever.
Fuck them hoes.
Wow. Okay, let's Joker. Don't do it. No. Between Jokers and Mrs. Cannoli Sasquatch, y'all are too much for. Don't pump her up right now, okay? It's too much. She already got the ponytail.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready.
You know, so I just make sure I manage the store. If anyone's angry that comes into my store, like, hey, you know, the fridge isn't working, I have to call. The people and make sure repairs are taken care of so that the restaurant does not fall apart. I make sure, you know, the people that mind the store, which are our dogs, don't die on the shift, right? Now when we have children, I've got stock options.
Stock options?
Yeah. I have to invest in them.
I've never heard this, but continue.
It's because you and me, babe. It's okay. It's okay. You won't get this anywhere else. Just know.
Apparently.
You should never leave. They're all going to be dumb.
They're all going to be dumb and terrible.
Mm-hmm. They're going to be like, love is like chocolate. And that's it. Just know, don't leave, because that's what it's going to be like. You should never leave. Anyway, so Yeah, I got a copy of the key. She got the main. She has the skeleton key. I was just given a copy of the key, and it only works for one store. I can't try this shit with no one else.
I mean, you could, but I wish you would.
It's a lot of work. I put in 80 hours. It's an 80-hour work week with you. That's all. I only have time for one job. You being married is a full-time job, y'all, and I don't even have kids yet. That's the
Why
way
do you look scared, honey?
Hmm?
Why do you look scared?
I'm not. You put your hand up again. Sorry. No. So all I say. She's not at the top of the pyramid. It's kind of. She's like the Sphinx. She's the head you see at the beginning. That's it. It's like this is what you'll see that. So it's like, well, hey, my job is to not let me see things fall apart. When we have kids, it's stock options. Whether how high up the stock goes or doesn't go is like my investment or my contribution to the stocks. But at the end of the day, I still run the store as well, and I still have to report to the store owner.
So I do enjoy your analogy. Put me just at the top there, and I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, I don't have a store analogy, but at the end of the day, you are the man of the household, and there are things that I know that we need to consult on, and I know that if you're like, no, that's not happening, I respect the choice and the decision you make, because even if I don't agree with it, I know that you'll talk about it with me, and we'll come to some sort of understanding, and I know when to... Mm-hmm. Hopefully, I think that I know when to stand down when it comes to some serious issues. You
usually do, because it's like, well, I'm watching over the store. It's my only responsibility. So while you're saying it's a franchise to an extent, because you've got other responsibilities, including your job, or like, well, hey, my main responsibility is this store. So you travel for the job and actually try to go ahead and I take this and take that. You're actually talking to vendors. You're doing a lot to build up the house.
Yeah.
Because we have the house we have now because you went and looked. I was mining the apartment we had, making sure that was safe. And we're like, hey, I got the house. Now I have to take care of your new acquired asset. You know what I mean? Okay. So because I only have one house to take care of, it has to be that specific. So now when we actually go back to this dishes thing, I'm going to tell you this shit's going to go, right? I don't do dishes one day. I'm going to get must be nice.
Look,
I'm gonna get you. I got you. See, because that's how she take it. That just the first day she could be like, must be nice. And if I don't say anything, I'll probably get away with it. But I say, what's nice? Like, must be nice not to have to do anything.
You don't know how to do that.
I'm not. That's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. It's basically like when the boss is gone for the day, like you and your employees, like the dogs, y'all can do whatever you want. So you wait for the boss to leave for a weekend or for a day, and then it's like, well, what'd you do all day? Stuff. I mean, but the place didn't burn down, so I mean, that's all you asked me to do. Is it like crypto? It's more like
I feel like the currency stays, like the value of the currency stays very steady. Or
it goes down. I don't think
it ever goes down.
It's not crypto. It's more like a bank card. You swipe and you hope for the best.
What bank? You ain't keeping money in your bank when you're swiping your card?
You don't just swipe him, like you don't see them 3 dots come up and you hope this is approved. You're like, you have been approved for vagina. Yes. You didn't think it was gonna work. I did not think you looked so beautiful today. It was gonna work. Woo! Other time it's like decline, but that's when you're like, hey, want to do stuff? You don't have the currency for that, sir. Declined. That's all. I just every other day you're trying to just. You come to the ATM. You're like, hey, do you have the money for this? I hope so.
Oh my god.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like 12 to 8 with that shift doesn't work. Like my job, I have to drive 2.5 hours to get there on Mondays and Tuesdays, but I'm left alone. It's awesome. So yeah, when you're left alone, it's the best ever. So all I'm saying is that by day 3 of not doing dishes, she's going to sit me down and say, as manager or as the owner of this restaurant, I love you with all my heart. You are my soulmate. I never thought that I would have this life ever. But if you don't do these goddamn dishes, I'm going to fucking stab you. and she would be right for that. So, I would say this is the one time that I've seen Pearly things not actually understand it because she's not married. Married couples will understand. The one thing will piss you off because it's usually a microcosm of a bigger issue.
Right. And
why are you getting secondhand irritated? I didn't do it.
No.
I did the dishes yesterday. She's wow.
No, honey.
I didn't. It was aggressive there.
I don't want to drink though.
Jesus, here. You got upset for why you get upset at someone else? I'm right. It wasn't. I didn't do it. We were watching a video of someone else do it. Wasn't me.
Okay, so I'm gonna sort of tie this question in probably with what you're asking me. So, do I think he's ever exceeded withdrawal limit? I don't think so because he is, from my experience, one of the few that is always putting in. Like, if he runs out of currency, I didn't put anything in.
Wow, go ahead.
I would be very surprised. However, we are still only, we've been married. We'll be married in 2 years in April.
Yes, April 30th, y'all.
So it's still very young and new, right? There are probably some veterans who can be like, you know what? There was this span of 2 years that I fucking hated him. Like, he was the worst. But, right now, I would almost venture to say that I'm the one who runs out of currency a lot. Because he puts a lot in, and I take a lot. And I know that about myself, and that's something I try to be aware of. It's a matter of, like, are you going to work on yourself to be able to continue to give currency, I guess.
Fair.
Does that,
I mean, you're built, every woman, I think, is built in with inherent value.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily is a well that doesn't go dry. It's more, you're thinking in the give and take of things. I understand what you're saying, but it's for a few specific months that you overdraw, but it's only because it's during volleyball season. And you're already dependent. You're already depending upon a lot. I'll tell you this right now, I would never, ever, ever, ever coach girls between the ages of 10 and 18. Fuck no. Fuck no. Fuck no.
Well,
it's too. So I would not be able to do an attitude. The attitude these kids have, no way. And you know what?
It's a little tough. They're going through things.
Exactly. I don't, and I've never been through those things, so I couldn't do that. Boys football between like.
Yeah, they're just like, okay.
Yeah, between like high school football, I could do that. But
are not like that.
Yeah, and I couldn't deal with that.
But to address just Pearly things, she has this odd perspective to me that doesn't make quite a lot of sense because, to your point, she's not married. And if she holds these very like conservative values and stuff, I know that she is a semi-pro volleyball player overseas. However, like, if you hold these conservative values, I'm a little surprised that she hasn't married someone, I guess.
Well, that was the thing, is the fact that,
because that's very appealing to men,
When I read the comments about that thing she had with Destiny, people were asking that it doesn't make sense to take that kind of advice from someone that's not married.
Yeah.
The second thing was the fact that
But what's his name? The man who died wasn't married, but he'd been married multiple times, right?
Right. He had married twice, and I honestly think that's probably what contributed to his high blood pressure, was dealing with women every day. You know the job that I deal with, and it's 80% women.
Yeah.
Most of my issues involve usually other women. Yeah. So for me, the other thing is the fact that for her, she said that she got into an argument with someone that was very, very emotional, irritated, but they raised a point. They were like, what do you even do this for? And she says, entertainment. She said, well, hold on. You're saying you're doing this for entertainment, but everyone that you have on usually is Black or like African by way of Europe. So it's like, what? And most of the people she has on that she takes.
Really? I don't watch her show, so I don't
do.
know.
It's mostly like,
I've seen her on things, so I know kind of what she's about.
So it's like, well, why is this entertaining to you? Because you're saying all these things because you get the value of saying it's entertainment. So if it's entertainment, why should I be taking what you're saying seriously?
Right. Are you just choosing the opposing viewpoint because it will cause a rift?
Right. But the only other thing is the fact that she also had another guy on, and then she said slavery wasn't that bad. It might have been exaggerated. And so a lot. So yeah. So most of her staff is black, and they're like, "Ooh, you should shut the fuck up about that."
What do you mean slavery wasn't that bad? Slavery in general is bad.
Right. So the thing is, she was like,
so
she used Roots as an example because Roots wasn't real. Roots was supposed to be like another guy that, right. But it's like, she says it wasn't that bad or it wasn't as bad as Roots made you believe. And you're like, well, in some instances, it kind of was worse.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's
just
not
like anything.
Right. You're like, well, I mean, did it exist all over the world? Sure. However, you don't just go around saying, oh, it wasn't that bad. Because that, like, well, hold on. If you say the number one, that this is entertainment for you, then that slavery wasn't bad. And then most of the people you have on your show are black, are using for me for entertainment and to say that it wasn't that bad because you employed me. So, like,
I mean, that's a fair assessment, right? Like, are you just using me?
Right.
I mean, that's one of those instances where you could look at and say some people may have a valid point here. Like, and I'm surprised it's not a bigger point among everything going on, even with like Disney, all that stuff. Like, people are being used.
That's fair. I don't know if you know the guy that does mediocre tutorial reviews.
No.
There's another guy.
No.
Tall, but you know who he looks like, right? What's going on YouTube? Brooklyn kind of okay. Anyway, but like he has a big following, and a lot of people found out about her through him. And he was like, "Yo, we had a dating show. I can't do this anymore with you." Because
really?
He called her and let her know before he made the video, but he was saying, "Yo, the fact that you went out and just said that." The guy Nick Fuentes was the guy she brought on. That was the guy.
I know the name. I can't put the face with the name, but I know.
He has a really forgettable face.
Okay.
But it was the fact that he was like, "Well, hey, I don't know about the whole white supremacy thing. I don't really give a shit." But the thing is like you brought him on, and people think that he's a white supremacist, but you let him talk. You let him talk the entire time, and you gave him no pushback on anything that he said. Then you made fun of a CP time joke for color people's time. On top of that, you said
all day, every day.
It ain't Indian people's time. That shit's like 2 hours.
That's like 2 hours.
That's 2 hours.
If they had an in between, is this in between?
Right. So, but it was the fact that on top of like bringing on someone that has those issues that people are saying about him, you didn't give any pushback. You made a CP time joke, and then you say that your videos for entertainment. The guy was like, all those things put together, I can't do the dating show with you.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why would you say something like that given who your audience is? But now that you've got a bigger audience,
right,
you don't need us anymore. So that's why I would say like it kind of ties into that with when it comes to just pearly things, you know. So that was what I was saying when I looked at it. I was like, I was seeing more of that now. Like, when you have a big enough audience, is the audience you cultivated really your audience or a means to an end? You know what I mean?
I mean, fair statement. I wouldn't doubt a lot of people who got famous during COVID essentially did what they could to use what they had at their disposal.
Fair.
So there's a lot I don't agree with her about. I don't trust her in dating. When she says that shit about women shouldn't vote, and her point
she did say that.
She did say that. I mean, I've watched it. You know, I know she justifies it in a manner. However, I would disagree with her because just like you said, manager of the store, right? Although maybe I'm not going to the front lines, I have a home to maintain and a family to protect, and part of voting is part of that protection. And even you as my spouse, I have, some input in that. So I would disagree with her on that. When it comes to the transgender thing, though, I would lean towards agreeing with her because I know that she is a semi-pro athlete. And we have very similar viewpoints in that regard, So if we're talking about like what's legitimate, what's not, I would tend to lean on her for some athletic like insight, but the dating stuff, like you said, you're not married and stuff like that, and you're using a lot of this for entertainment. So kick rocks.
Yeah.
You know.
I would say the one good thing that women can do outside of men, like straight up, is point shooting. Like that was the one thing they determined that actually women are better at, with no adjustments in testosterone or estrogen, nothing.
Really?
But
probably because we can multitask.
That's fair. As she actually multitasks. Oh, go on, honey. Why don't you go ahead and tell a story from your angle, and then
we met online, Bumble. He texted a lot. I didn't text a whole lot. I was terrible at texting, but I was also working like 70 hours a week.
Really?
Well, no.
Yeah, exactly.
I lied. I came to corporate, so.
Fucking 70 hours.
But I was new to the city, and I was working in the office next to my boss, so I couldn't be on my phone all day long, like some people. And I slept through our first date. It was supposed to be
But
lunch,
I lied about our first date.
But he lied and was like, sweet, I'm going to go watch a movie. And then we met up
Aquaman. It was great. Go ahead.
And then, we met that night and kind of kicked it off. He tried to run away with me with his cane, but I followed him.
Okay, hold on. This is what happened. No, don't do that. Don't do that. If everyone saw John Wick 4, they're going to just think I just came in with sunglasses and a cane.
You literally walked around with a cane, and I was like, who is this man? Should I be talking to him? Is he going to try to traffic me?
She said,
have you tried to traffic my likeness?
Your what?
My likeness.
Shut up. Go. Stop listening to Eliza Blue. Move. Anyway, so what happened was... hearing mingle. That's awesome. No, so what happened was,
that's a hard sign up, okay? I had to learn a lot of patience.
That's fair. So what happened is the fact that because I'd been blind in the eye, they were like, well, hey, don't wait for someone to ask you about it. Put it out there so that they know, like, hey, look, you can't really see the hearing aids that I wear, but they're there. And the eye looks blue. So some people will say, because I can actually move my eyes, they might think that, oh, it's just like a discoloration. Like, no, I can't see. So you need to let them know that you actually can't see in that eye. I will tell you this, guys. I tried to date a chick with cerebral palsy and chicks in wheelchairs. And because apparently I got issues with hearing and seeing, no dice. Okay? It's not funny. I got turned down for a date for a chick. You know how this sucks is for a chick with MS to say, no, thank you.
No, well, but we've talked about, you actually are a huge proponent of this, like genetics. If you guys were to procreate, your poor child would
That's fair.
Suffer.
Oh, this cane was awesome. I got it in purple and blue star. It's a nice
cane. Your brother never returned it to you.
Never fucking returned it. It had it had my initials carved into it. It was awesome. It was a flip cane too, so it looked like the people that you pull out for the blind, but you flip it out and then you can just walk with it. So the thing was, I was trying to show her that, hey, I don't see so well.
He sprinted away from me.
It was cold as shit, honey.
Honey, I have little legs.
You have little.
You ran away.
It was cold.
You offered me a ride and then ran.
I did. It was. I
was like, oh.
So thank you. It was just, So anyway, so we went on a date Sunday. Went on another date Monday.
And then Wednesday.
And that was it.
That was it?
That was really it. That was it really, I thought that song by Craig David, 7 Days, was some bullshit. Nope, really happened. Met this girl on, Sunday, took her for a drink on Monday and Tuesday, and then we recommended like Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday. We did it on Sunday, but then we chilled after. So the song still kind of worked. But yeah, it was, It was. I had a 6-pack.
He literally, he was ripped.
Mm-hmm.
Still a little ripped.
Still, if I push my belly down, you can see like the abs that I have right underneath my chest. It's there. It's just hiding now. We like ribs too much.
Yeah, but when I met him, he was eating literally nothing.
True. I didn't season my food either.
He threw shrimp and rice in a rice cooker and called that dinner.
I threw broccoli in there too. If you're gonna tell the whole story, just be upfront about it.
Try to cook me tacos, turkey and tomatoes. What the fuck is that? No seasoning. We don't have taco seasoning.
Yeah, it was pretty damn funny. It was awesome. But that also brings us to, now that we've met, we get full circle to, like, in life, we try to figure out in depth what we wanted to do, right? So what I had to do was, we said, hey, look, what you want your funeral to look like? I told Shiro, I was like, hey, look, everyone that knows me likes me. That's a blessing and a curse. Because when everyone, I've told her, I said, hey.
I'm going to have to talk to way too many people that I don't give a shit about.
Exactly. Because I told her, like, everyone asks, like, if you're a food, what would you be? I tell everyone Jell-O. I was told this when I was 21 that I am like Jell-O. I can conform to anything, and I'm good for all ages. When you're not feeling well and you can't really take much, Jell-O.
The fact that you've thought about the fact that you're Jell-O. Really?
I would. So you didn't meet my best friend John.
No.
So
I didn't,
my best friend, John, and we were 21, about maybe 5 or 6 years before he died. We were talking about if our personalities as food, and he told me that I was Jell-O, and it made me upset because I'm like, no, I'm like filet mignon, or I'm like a T-bone steak. He's like, no, you're like Jell-O, because it doesn't matter what color you come in. People like you. Anyone that's like, children are cool with you, adults like you, even old people like you. And if you've ever been through something that's damaging, like a surgery, and you can't really take in much, Jell-O is the way to go. So I was like, you know what? I'm Jell-O. Problem with Jell-O is that everybody likes Jell-O. So when everyone wants a piece of Jell-O, it's a lot. You can put
alcohol in Jell-O, and it's great.
See? Yeah, I'm even better when I'm drunk. See? You know that. You've seen, tipsy. There we go. So there's a tipsy, not when I'm drunk. But anyway, I told her that when I go, I have rules for my funeral. Number 1, you cannot wear black at my funeral. That's it.
No black.
No
He's
black.
Not a black man.
No, we don't do it.
That was a good one. Come on.
It was a good one. That was a good one. Okay. Anyway, I told her, like, you have to wear white if you go to my funeral. The reason being is,
I thought colors. Really? White?
I said you either wear all white or you have to wear like a superhero's outfit. One of the two is happening.
Oh.
One of the two.
Okay.
One of the two is happening. Because I was 10 years old, and the best party I pretty much ever had for a birthday, more or less, as a child. Calm down. Your birthday with me at the JBL Ranch. That's the top one, okay? The owner of the restaurant still put on the best one for the manager. Jesus Christ. Trying to compete with it, maybe at 10 years old. When I was 10, my parents had a birthday party where, like, you couldn't come unless you dressed up as a superhero. The thing was, I was old and reliable. So I could work with that, see? And so, what should we call it? Even cheap kind. Exactly.
Don't get distracted.
So,
keep going. I thought you could multitask.
Said you can. I can't. You told me I can't. You're going to put another task in front of me. Anyway, so I said that, I would, even in death, I'd relive that. Hey, look, dress up as a character that gave you strength, motivation, that you identify with, whatever, right? Either that, or if you're not that creative, just wear white. No one's fucking wearing black because it's not going to be a sad day that I go. I said that, hey, if you come to my funeral and you insist on speaking, number 1, you do not come up here without a funny story about me, okay?
And those are plentiful.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course. I don't want to hear, like, and the Lord said in Matthew 9, verse 27.
But, okay, your familia is, they're going to, do
that's
that
why
stuff, right?
That's why I need you to carry it out. I'm gonna have everyone in the room, and I'm gonna play a video on it saying what I do and do not want.
I'm gonna wear my hat pony. We good. I'm ready.
Okay, so that's what I said. Say, hey, look, because everyone loves me. Just if you're gonna speak at my funeral, I just need you to come up with a funny story. Come on, like, yo, remember that one time E.G.O was XYZ, and everyone laughed like, that's totally E.G.O. Oh my god, that's funny. And so that's my ultimate.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play one video.
What video?
I got one video I'm gonna play.
What video is that?
And be like, I loved my husband.
What video you play?
When I came that TikTok video you made me. Well, you didn't make me do it. I came around the corner from volleyball.
Oh yeah,
practice.
that's all.
You're in your
Absolutely.
pajamas, reading your comics.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes.
Asking
This
me
is
why I'm bothering
the
you.
ego. No one saw. Even Justin Ice was like, that's the you I never got to see. I think that makes sense. So that video it's a video that Shira put up when I have on silk pajamas. I'm drinking wine. The dogs are sitting down. I'm reading a nice comic. Here she come around the corner. What you doing? And I'm like, what? I've had a nice time. You come in. You've interrupted my peace. Why you bothering me? Why are you bothering me? That would be perfect. That's fun, and that's a funny story. So everyone that's pretty much in this chat has a funny story about ego. Depending on how you met me, you've got at least one. So if you're going to attend my funeral, virtually or in real person.
I said that's called ego.
Exactly. But that's why we're here. That's why he was so humble for someone that was called ego. But I'm feeding into
You think you're humble?
It's my third best charm. This is my third best trait. Like my charm and my humility.
I think you can convince people you're humble, but I don't think you're humble.
I know, that's even better. The fact that you'll get in fight with people that think I'm humble, knowing that I have a huge ego from
I'll
beyond.
Be at your funeral. This is bullshit.
Exactly. Me beyond the grave, I'm like, oh shit, I got people arguing over this from beyond the. It'd be so awesome. That's me from beyond the grave. I'm just saying those are my wishes.
Okay, but do you have a song or anything you want to play? Wait, just no black. That's really your wish.
No black.
And a story. A funny story.
No black, a funny story. Shit. I mean, that's kind of it. I mean, I would give you more license over that, but it's like, well, those are kind of the only things that I would have. I mean, and we're gonna contrast that with the shit you want, which y'all. After I said that beautiful, beautiful soliloquy, go ahead and tell me what you want, honey.
Well, I would like everyone to be invited to my funeral, but I have a list. That I would like Ego to text from my phone once I'm dead that says, hey, you're actually not invited. Get the fuck out.
And what song should we play?
Then honey? As they leave, I want Ego to play Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe.
Your vibe is death. You died. You don't have a vibe.
I have a whole vibe.
It's
and they're
petty.
Killing it.
Is it petty?
I don't give shit what it is.
Do I have to play it one by one? Do you want them to line up?
You're going to text them all at once, and then you're going to play the song, and they're going to procession out of the hall.
She wants me to assemble people and invite them to the funeral. Assemble them. Kick them out and
so
say,
it's not like
you're
you
a vibe
invite
killer.
People. It's like, you even said it. Like, you put a little announcement out there, blah, blah, blah. I'm dead, I'm here, come see
in your
me.
Head, you have at least 10 people you
want
to put.
10. It's like, if they show up, I'm going to give you their contact info and be like, no, this one. Tell them out.
So I have to be like, so it's Club Shiro Death Party.
Yes.
You want me to ask your name?
And then after that, once they leave, Kenny is going to get on stage and sing Too Legit to Quit and drop the mic.
You quit? Life? No, not today. Not today, Satan. Nope, no thank you.
He's leaving. Look, that's what I want at my funeral, right? If you couldn't see me in life, you shouldn't see me in death. And if you were a shithead during my life, you deserve to be a shithead in my death. That's how I feel about it. He's just going to leave me here. I don't do well on my own. We all know this. I don't know what to say, y'all. Oh my God, what is he doing? So, yeah, Ego doesn't like the way that I would like my funeral done. But I also want a big party, too, because I feel like, at the end of the day, whenever death was presented to me, I just keep moving and I make the best out of anything that's in front of me. So,
too legit to quit my
ass. And he's back. So I did say, you missed it. After that, I want a big party because I've never been the type to dwell on the bad. So
the people you said don't kill the vibe, are they invited back to this?
No. Fuck them. Are you guys dying?
What the fuck? Stop encouraging this behavior, please. Yeah. Oh no, we're not dying. We discussed. I don't even know how
You
we
should
got
always
into
have a life
conversation.
plan, and life
Yeah.
is like
We were
part
like
of life is dying.
living will situations.
Yeah.
Like we learned we got life insurance last year.
Yeah.
So we're like, I mean, now that we have life insurance, like, do you have any particular wishes if you should go early? This is why I'm praying. I pray to God that I go before she does. Can you imagine how fucked up it would be for her to die first, me to tell everyone, bitch, don't kill my vibe, and then when I die, it's like, I mean, I was told not to kill the vibe, so I can't come now. Like, why would you mess this up for me?
What do you know? It would be people that like you don't know.
You can't die first now. You can't die first.
No, well, so to be fair, I feel the same way because I hope I go first because there are people in your life that will cause me trouble and pain, and I will chop them
That's fair.
in the throat.
That's fair. I would have guided your spirit hand for that.
And I will yell
Your
judo
womb.
chop like a motherfucker.
That was a good one.
Classic.
That was a good one. All right,
I love it.
that is fair.
Yeah.
That is fair. All right, I can see that. Okay. That's
I'm
fair.
just saying, and death is tough all around, but you should have a plan for it. And, you know, I've never seen anyone really uphold a plan, but none of us have died. Like, Kenny hasn't died, you haven't died, I haven't died. Knock on wood.
That's fair.
Like, I hope that we could all adhere to each other's wishes.
That's fair. Okay.
Family pressures, friend pressures, whatever it is,
That's fair.
I hope that we could adhere to each other's wishes.
And since my family isn't watching or giving a fuck right now, if you ever wanted to, like, what? I mean, he would understand.
Okay.
I would say if you ever wanted to get an insight into kind of what my life is like, even though it's not exactly like that, watch Greenleaf. Just watch that. I tried to explain this to her. Once you watch Greenleaf, she's like, I understand. If you watch it, you'll kind of figure out where I am and the whole thing. If you have questions, just email me or DM me on that one. But
it's a great show.
It was a really good
it.
show.
Totally
And it's like, of all people, Oprah put this on. So surprisingly for Oprah, it was a really good show. If you ever wanted to know what kind of Black life was like, kind of.
Yo, you know what show I want to watch.
What?
You know.
I will not.
Gospel, the gospel one.
Grown in Gospel. I don't know if I want to watch this.
We're watching it.
God damn, Grown in Gospel. We'll probably watch that next as our next reality show. But if you ever want to get an insight into life, what life was like as E.G.O, you know, as an adult dealing with his family, just watch Greenleaf. And if you want questions, just DM me, guys, or email me at leftiego@yahoo.com. Honey, do you have, as we wrap up, do you have anything planned for the next stream that you're gonna be a part of, or anything you got coming up?
First Friday of April is the Truly Woman's Perspective podcast on Friday night. So first Friday of every month, that's what we do with Miss Cannoli and Vex Electronica and whoever else is the guest. So yeah, I mean, that's all I have going on. I'm not, you know, I hang out.
Yeah,
I don't provide a whole lot.
She's lying, guys. If you ever want just straight up opinions on things, especially when it comes to sports and of the like, just send her a DM. She's pretty much up for it. She has a lot to offer and to talk to y'all about. All you gotta do is ask. So I mean, I've got a few things going on. I got Cannoli Sasquatch's Mischief Movie Mayhem tomorrow with the John Wick 4 review. I'm also going to be going on live tonight with Comics and Cosmetics about DC versus Marvel and the fact that they copy each other. What?
So I forgot to ask you, did you notice anything about me?
How beautiful you are. I notice that every day. But today this seems especially different because, well, you're going to let me know.
So I just wanted to make sure that you had a picture of what I wanted to look like when I die. So that way...
Like you're the final boss in a movie?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I put makeup on and stuff, so you could be like, yeah, that.
That's what you want?
Mm-hmm.
You want to look like the...
And I want leather. I want to wear leather.
Ma'am. A leather what? Are you a leather
no,
body
like a
suit?
pantsuit.
A leather pantsuit.
Yeah.
What color do you want as a leather pantsuit?
Blue. Navy.
You want a navy blue pantsuit in leather?
Yes. High pony.
With a high. What message is this supposed to convey to people viewing your body?
I might come back and haunt your ass. Don't fuck with me.
Why would they go to the funeral if they were afraid of that, honey?
I mean, some people don't know until they see.
Are you gonna be the Grudge? Is that what you're telling me right now?
No, that she moved funny.
I mean,
like John Wick 4, but a ghost.
What? John Wick was the guy you sent to kill the boogeyman, not the boogeyman.
But I'm not the boogeyman. They wouldn't know I was the boogeyman. I'm just there to kill them.
Guys,
why don't you accept my creativity?
This is why I don't have time to be unfaithful to her at all. I have to watch her every time. This is a full-time job because I did not know this, and now I found out live that she would like to look like a big bad in a comic book movie.
Yes. Even if you like put a corset on me, I would live with that. Like,
why would I put a corset?
The magic lady. Who's the magic lady you got?
On what?
What's the magic
Zatanna?
lady? Yeah, that one.
That's a unitard, honey.
Okay, that works.
Nope, it's not gonna work. You know why? Because I'm gonna show you why. Hold on. You telling me you want to look like you about to pull a rabbit out your ass? This is how you want to look?
Yes.
As the final boss?
Yes.
In a movie, in a video game.
But
really?
I need a high pony. She don't have a high pony. She's not ready for battle.
It's because she says shit backwards and it says a spell from a distance.
Right. And so when I haunt someone, I'm going to say it backwards. And then they're going to be like, I don't know what the fuck's happening. And then, hiya!
Check on your significant others, people. They're not okay. No, don't do that. Anyway, all right. So I will be checking in with comics and cosmetics tonight at 7 p.m. Central. You're going to be seeing one of my videos coming out with my newest comic book review coming out Monday.
You actually have a lot posted.
You have what?
You have a lot posted.
I know there's a lot going on because I think Tuesday I've got a true crime podcast based in Philadelphia, actually. So yeah, Wednesday, Cannoli Sasquatch and I will be talking about Major League Baseball, the great American pastime, and then Friday, I believe Johnny Douglas and I will be going live about Sega Genesis and how fantastic it was.
Sega. Nintendo was better, but okay.
How is it?
Nintendo, the original Nintendo, was way better. I had both. And
Of course you had both.
Yeah, I earned them for chores, yes. Don't look at this face and say privileged.
I didn't say that it was. It was just,
Well, what are you saying then?
Privileged. All right, guys. That is about all the time we've got for today. We'll see you guys in about a few weeks for the next episode of Ordinary Games. Y'all take it easy.